Hi everyone, I'm Suzanne. Welcome. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a homeschool haul. For the most part, these are books I picked up from Book Outlet, some Amazon. I bought a couple off Facebook Marketplace, and I also have a puzzle and game that I'm going to show you that we're using for our homeschool. I'll start off with the game because this was right on top. This is Zeus on the Loose, a card game of mythic proportions, and I haven't had a chance to actually play this yet, but it was recommended on other homeschool sites that I saw. I thought this would be fun to add in because of our Greek mythology study, and we've been trying to play a game at the end of each school day, so thought this would kind of tie those two goals together. And this is a little notebook I picked up from Book Outlet, and this is my daughter is Ravenclaw, so I thought she'd like that, which of course she did. And I picked up Humphrey's Tiny Tales, and I ordered this. It was like a used book from Amazon. And the reason I picked this up was because Mama Shmoo's channel talked about this book and that it was a good one for beginning readers. So I thought I would add that to our pile of chapter books. Then I also picked up Heroes in Training, Apollo and the Battle of the Birds. And this is one of the ones we were missing from this series. This is number 6. And like I said, we are reading Greek mythology. I do find both myself, but particularly my daughter, obviously responds really well to reading books of fiction, and it helps her to remember a lot of stories. And I think that's the case for human nature, but I really try to do that as much as possible in our homeschool. And this is a middle grade that was in my Book Outlet haul. And I got this because this is book 3. So if you saw my middle grade bookcase tour, then you would have seen that we did have 2 of these already. I wanted to make sure that I did get the 3rd from Book Outlet because the price is, of course, so sweet. And if you haven't checked out Book Outlet, definitely do so. If you've never ordered from there, I'll leave a code down below, and then you can get $5 off your first order. And then I think I get $5 off my order. Used to be $10. Anyway, definitely check them out if you haven't. And this is one that will be for much later in our homeschool, but I can't wait to read this. This is That Way Madness Lies, Shakespeare's Most Notable Works Reimagined, and it's edited by Dahlia Adler. And this was talked about on Books and Lala channel, her booktube channel, and I've been wanting to get my hands on it ever since. And I needed to get $45 to get free shipping from Book Outlet. It was a much smaller order this time. Usually that is not a problem. But I've really been trying only to order what we need and want for our homeschool, either what we're doing now or in the next couple months or next year, instead of tons of books, although that's fun and I'll probably do that periodically. But for the most part, I'm trying to be more disciplined in that area. Anyway, so I added this in. It was like $3 and something. It's Ballerina Theater, 3D colorscapes, color and create your own beautiful 3D scenes. And yeah, it bumped us up what we needed to get free shipping. And it is cute. So they color the scenes and then they become like dioramas. So we'll see. It's a fun thing for Vivian to work on and to do while I'm reading. And we're going to be reading a lot of Shakespeare this month. So even though this is Ballerina Theater, I also thought this was great because it does have a stage that we can set up. And I did purchase off Etsy some of those little puppet sticks for A Midsummer's Night Dream to go with our Shakespeare study this month. So she could use this as well for the theater. All right, this is what actually prompted my order from Book Outlet, because next year we are doing a Harry Potter study for the year. So I'm trying to collect books for that. And this is the book of Wizard Parties, the book of Wizard Craft, and the book of Wizard Magic. So there was one of them I looked at. Yeah, the covers are really gorgeous. The Wizard Parties definitely is of interest and looks interesting. Anyway, if you want to see more of a look inside with these, definitely let me know, because I plan on doing some look insides over the next couple of months. Quite a few of them. Actually, I'm going to do a little series and show off the books that we have on our shelf that we really love for homeschooling. For homeschool. I don't know why I said homeschooling. For homeschool. And this is Wizard Magic, another one I thought was really great. Oh, no. Okay, let me take that back. This is the one I thought we will probably never use, because this very much is like a magic if you wanted to be a magician. And that isn't really what I had in mind. So be fair warned if that's not what you're looking for. Anyway, definitely make sure when you to look inside this before you buy it. Now this is the book of Wizardcraft, and I do think we'll get use from this. They're absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I loved the price. So basically, I got the 3 of these from Book Outlet for the same price I would normally pay for just one of them. So I definitely didn't want to pass that up or miss that. All right, these are the books that I purchased from somebody from Facebook Marketplace, another homeschool mom. And these are the circumference books. And I first was introduced to these from Jessica in the Waldock Way. She talks about these books. And we have Circumference and the First Round Table, Circumference and the Sword Cone, Circumference and the Isle of Imiter. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. We'll see. And Circumference and the Dragon of Pi. And I'll just show you one of these. So this is the Dragon of Pi. Right. All right. This I did order from Chapters Indigo, and that's in Canada. She raised her voice, 50 Black women who sang their way into music history. And this is written by Jordana Elizabeth, and it's illustrated by Brianna Denog, or Dengu. And I got this because we just finished Black History Month. Actually, we're still doing some stuff from Harlem Renaissance. So there's been a lot of talk about Black musicians. We are currently in Black History Month, and my daughter wants to study musicians. So I'm really trying to tie in more of our studies instead of having piles for each thing. So this was, I thought, a great tie-in for Black History Month, Women's History Month, as well as female musicians. And the lineup in here is fantastic. Yeah. For all the girls whose dreams seem impossible, I promise you, nothing is impossible. Okay. Just trying to find the table of contents for you. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to show, wait, hopefully that is, you can see that just in case. In case you want to see who's in there. So there's a couple pages on each of these artists. And I love this. We can read about it, and then we can look up as much or as little as we want. But I thought we'd add all these artists to our timeline as well. I'm doing a musician timeline. So, yeah. And we're really going to focus a lot on timelines this year. If that is something that interests you, please leave that down below. I was thinking about doing a video on timelines, but I don't know if people want to see it or not, or it just interests me. So how to do timelines, how we're doing timelines, and the resources that we used. And we have about 3 timelines going at this point. And we kind of went off on some segments. For example, we're doing a Taylor Swift study because my daughter loves Taylor Swift. And I thought that was a great way to introduce the timelines in that way. So we've taken this segment out of like the 21st, 22nd century, the long timeline, and we're doing just that. This is one we'll be adding to like the 21st, 22nd. Did I get that right? To the 20th and the 21st century. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Who's the teacher here? This is Arunis Braids, and it's illustrated by Tommy DePaula. And look, he gets bigger billing. No. And it's written by Antonio Hernandez Madrigal. And oh my gosh, this is a beautiful story about a little girl that ends up selling her hair to help out her family. And it's definitely, yes. I heard someone say it would be a tearjerker, and yes, I cried, which did not surprise my daughter at all. Anyway, I thought this was a beautiful one to add to our shelf for Latin America. And I was right. Again, I wanted to tie in some of our studies, and this book was one of the ways that I did that this month because, again, it is Women's History Month, and we also do like a week or two of Shakespeare more in depth in March because I like to follow along with the Shakespeare Week, which happens in England. I think it's a lot of fun. It reminds me to do so every March. We did it last year, and then this year I was looking forward to it. And they have many resources online that you can access from anywhere in the world. So this is Bold and Brave Women from Shakespeare, and it is illustrated by Becca Stadlander. And these are the women that are in here, which there's not as many as men, I have to tell you. Anyway, so there's Portia. The illustrations are beautiful. Cordelia. So many of these we were not familiar with. I'm not, and my daughter wasn't. And some of them we actually still can't read the plays. But it's nice to introduce the women to my daughter. And this is a great one that you can have on your shelf or forever that we can constantly refer back to over the years. Okay, this is a book we gave our daughter for Easter. She absolutely loves dragons, which I think was prompted from the middle grade series, The Wings of Fire. She listens to that on audiobook and absolutely loves it. So this is a DK book, and this is Dragon World, Meet the Fire-Breathing Beasts of Mythology. And this is by Tamara McFarlane. It's illustrated by Alessandra Fusi. I'll show you in here. This is, oh my goodness, so gorgeous. I will be doing a look inside for all the DK books we have. That's coming the next couple weeks. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely make sure you're subscribed. And I'll include this one as well, obviously. But yeah, this is beautiful. And I read in one of the Amazon comments, I thought it was so interesting. Your grandmother suggested that taking some of these pictures and copying them on your printer and cutting them out so that your kids can play with them. So I might actually experiment with that and see what I can do. See if I can scan some of these photos and kind of come up with some of those like puppet stick puppets. And I'll let you know if that works out. Okay, I did pick up another Greek mythology book, A Child's Introduction to Greek Mythology. Now, we have our second book right now. We're doing Delaire's Greek Mythology, which I absolutely love. Before that, we had done the DK Greek Mythology. I mean, how many do you need? I guess there's that. But I love these child introduction books. And there's a couple more I want to get. I actually would like to have the whole series. And this one is written by Heather Alexander, and it's illustrated by Meredith Hamilton. And yeah, I'll just show you the layout. I find them so accessible for so many subjects. Oh, whoa. And oh, that's an interesting thought. I could just do a see inside for all of the child's introduction books we have. Let me know if you want me to do that. All right. I think there was this is a table of contents. I mean, I show you that, but you can look it up on Amazon. That's what I do. No matter where I'm going to purchase a book, I look it up on Amazon because I find their site is the best for opening up books and giving you a glimpse of inside the books. I thought they had a really, yeah, I just love the way they lay it out. So we are going to, after we finish the Delaire's book, I want to move into this, and we're probably going to continue to study Greek mythology and the ancient Greeks and things like that until the end of this school year. And I want to start off next year with Norse mythology. I thought we might get in both this year, but it's not looking like we're going to. I'm trying to get a little more realistic. I want to do all the wonderful studies and all the wonderful books that you see in all these book hauls. But you just can't. There's not enough time. Oh my gosh. Another book that I've wanted to get for Vivian for so long is this Lonely Planet Kids Books, Wild Things. And this is over 100 magical outdoor adventures. And this is by Joe Schofield and Fiona Danks. And I saw this at another homeschooler's home, looked in it, and oh my gosh, yeah, it was a definite, let's get this. Again, I want to do a a video, a look inside of all of our Lonely Planet Kids books. So let me know. I might have said that already. Let me know which ones you want to see. Look at this though. Ugh. Okay, now I have to put this away after because this is one of the books I actually bought to give our daughter for Easter. We have so many books on the go right now. Oh, look. And yeah, we have so many books on the go right now, and it's not warm enough for this. So yeah, look at that. Oh, she will love this. I thought it was the perfect book to add for Easter, and then we can discover that throughout the spring. Okay, do you ever get books that, even though they might be for your child, you're just as excited? I sometimes wonder, is it for me or is it for her? I definitely think it's for both. And the more excited I get at the whimsical aspects of these books, the happier our home is and the more excited my daughter is. I heard somebody say that, I think it was like Angela Braniff say it, maybe one of many women that have said it, but the more passionate that we are about a subject, the more passionate our kids are about a subject. And I think that is so true. That's how I feel about this book. And maybe this is a bit more of curriculum, but I picked up another Thinking Tree book, and this is Rocks and Minerals, the Scientific Activity Handbook, because I do know that we are doing a study for Rocks and Minerals next year as part of our Harry Potter study. So I absolutely love these Thinking Tree books, and yeah. All right, as I mentioned, we are going to do more study this month about Shakespeare. I mean, we are doing how to teach your children Shakespeare almost every day. I would say we average about 3 or 4 out of a 5-day week. And I'm trying to be a little bit more diligent with that because I do want to finish the part 1 of that book before the end of the school year. But with that in mind, I did grab Shakespeare Retold. So this is by E. Nesbitt, and I did get this out of the library, and I have to say this is one of my favorite books for retelling for kids, in that it's so easy to understand, and my daughter remembers the key points, and I think it's a step up from some of the other ones that I've purchased in terms of retelling. And when I say a step up, I think what I'm saying, it's a bit more advanced. So it's obviously not the whole play, but it gives a little more information and fills out the story a little bit more than some of the retellings that we've done in the past. Anyway, yeah, I just thought it was perfect. And the final Shakespeare book I picked up is Shakespeare Stories, and this is illustrated by Koa Lee. And oh my gosh, we love this book. And the illustrations are gorgeous. This is the 3rd book that we have by this illustrator. And I will link her Instagram down below because it's gorgeous. Look. King Lear. Anyway, ooh. Yeah, I think I'd be better at this by now. Like I said, I will link her Instagram down below. Check it out. She has 2 other books that are fantastic for girls. They're focused on girls, or about like brave girls and adventurous girls. And they were like 2 of my daughter's favorite books in terms of storytelling and the illustrations. So when I saw this, I knew I definitely was looking for Shakespeare books to add to our collection for this month. And when I saw this, I definitely wanted to grab it, so that now we have 3 of her books, and they aren't illustrated stories, but her illustrations that accompany the stories are absolutely fantastic. Now, the final thing I wanted to share with you is a puzzle I picked up, and I got this from somebody off Facebook Marketplace. Let's cross our fingers all the pieces are there, but it's a Cobble Hill puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces, and I thought it was perfect for Women's History Month. And this is part of the Nevertheless She Persisted, some notable women from the last 100 years. So, of course, we love those books. I thought this was perfect. And now that I've filmed this book haul, I can set this up on our table. And this can be something we work on this month while we listen to audiobooks. I love to do that. And hopefully it's not too difficult for us. And I say us because usually 500 and under is my preference. and 1,000 is quite a bit for Vivian as well. So we'll see how it goes. That's everything I'm going to share with you today. If you saw something you liked, let me know down below if you're going to add it to your library. It always encourages me to keep making these videos. And if you like the video, please hit like. If you want to see more like it, definitely hit subscribe. And I will see you with another video soon.